Right, good day everyone. We are here again. This is Turning Point Tutorials. We want to continue from where we stopped in the previous lectures. We're having the mathematics, the topic quadratic equations. Okay, so we're looking at completing the square method today. Don't forget what we said in the previous lecture, that once you have an equation in this format, you factorize. But in the case where the factorization method cannot help, then you have to apply a method we call completing the square method. Now check the left hand side of the equation, the LHS. The left hand side of the equation. Look at this equation, you see x squared minus 8x plus 3 equals to 0. This left hand side of the equation cannot be factorized. There are no two factors you can get. You multiply, it gives you plus 3, and when you add, you get minus 8. So what do you do at this time? You use the completing square method. What's the method? Now let's look at this. What do you do here? The first thing to do is this. So carry the constants to the right hand side. So if you bring the constant to the right hand side, solution please. This is the expression x squared minus 8x. When the constant plus 3 goes to the right hand side, you get minus 3. Then the next thing to do is ask yourself, what is the coefficient of the variable? The variable is x. So what's the coefficient of the variable? The coefficient of the variable is minus 8. Minus 8. X is the variable. Then the next thing to do is to divide the coefficient by 2. And once you divide the coefficient by 2, it will give you minus 4. Then the next thing is square it. When you square the answer, it will give you 16, because minus 4 times minus 4 gives you 16. How? Minus times minus is plus. 4 times 4 is 16. Then after that, you will add the answer to the left and the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so what do you have? You have x squared minus 8x. Then I will bring plus 16. This is the left hand side of the equation. Then what do? You add the same plus 16 to the right hand side of the equation. That gives you minus 3 plus 16. Alright? Now at the end of the day, what do you have? You have x squared minus 8x plus 16 equals, so minus 3 plus 16, that gives you 13. Okay, then this is done. Now what is next step? Next step is following. You take one of the variable, you have x squared here, bring down your x. What sign do you have here? It's minus. Then take the coefficient of the variable again, divide it by 2, you get 4. Close the bracket, square it. Then equate to the right hand side. So at this junction, you won't work with this this value you've got here. Just take one of your variable, bring it down. Take your sign minus, bring it down. Take the coefficient of the variable, which is 8, divided by 2, that's 4. Close the bracket, square is equal to 13. Then from here, it will refer you back to that irrational expression. So next is to take the square root of both sides, of which when you do, this square goes away. And then you have x minus 4 left behind. Then the right hand side will now carry the roots. So after that, you take your values, minus 4, to the right hand side. Minus 4, when it crosses the equality sign, becomes just 4. And then because of the root sign, we'll apply plus or minus root 13. So it's left for you to split the two signs together, and that gives you different values. So x is equal to, bring your 4, then you go with your first sign, which is plus root 13. Or you say 4, x is equal to 4, then take your minus root 13. So this makes it very easy. Now, this is the value now. 4 plus root 13 or 4 minus root 13. You can press the calculator to know the value of root 13. You add 4 to it. That's the first value of x. press calculator, get a value of 13, root 13, then 4 minus that value gives the second value of x. It's as simple as that. But there are some cases that will be a little bit complex. That's what we have on board here. Let's look at this. Now bring that down. We have, let me call that example 2. We have a squared plus 3a minus 2 equals 0. If you look at this question very well, you discover that there's no way you can factorize the left hand side. There's no two values that when you multiply you get minus 2, when you add you get plus 3. If you try, you will waste your time. So what you do is to use the completing the square method. Alright? So take your minus 2 to the right hand side. What you get is a squared plus 3a minus 2 crosses becomes what? 2. That's a good step. And that's the first step. Then find the coefficient of the variable. What's the variable this time? The variable is a. Then what's the coefficient? The coefficient is 3. Alright, do the same thing. Pick the coefficients, divide it by 2. Of course, it won't give you a whole number. So leave it that way. Close it, square it. Then this value you're going to add to the left and the right hand side of the equation. So I should have something like a squared plus 3a. Bring in this value, you have plus 3 over 2 close bracket squared. That's for the left hand side. Equal to 2 plus 3 over 2 close bracket squared. Once you've done this, that's very nice. Then you have a squared plus 3a, okay, plus 3a plus you have 3 over 2 all squared equals 2 plus, then you work the right hand side. 3 squared will give you 9, that's 3 times 3. Then 2 squared give you 4, that's 2 times 2. Okay, you can go for that to work it as a single fraction. You get a squared plus 3a. You can leave this side, 3 over 2 all squared equals, you get your LCM. Your LCM gives you 4, and then when you go, you have 8 plus 9. Okay, so you have a squared plus 3a plus 3 over 2 all squared equals 17 over 4. Now this is a very good step now. The next thing to do quickly is do the same thing. If you come back, you see, recall that I picked the variable x, fine, I dropped 1, bring down the sign, then I took the coefficient of the variable, which is 8, divided by 2, I got 4, close the bracket, I square it. Then I ignored this, I equate to what? 13. So you come back to this now. What's the variable is what? A. Drop it. Take 1. Plus, then what's the coefficient is 3, divided by 2, that gives you 3 over 2, close the bracket to square it, ignore this. Then gives you what? 17 all over 4. Then quickly take the square of both sides so that this square can go away. You have 8 plus 3 over 2 all, sorry please, you're bringing it down. So equals to what? The square root of 17 all over 4. Please don't forget that 4 is a perfect square. So the value comes out. So that gives us a plus 3 over 2 equals, what happens here? That gives us what? A plus sign here, plus or minus what? Plus or minus root 17, because root 17 is an irrational root. Okay, why this is a perfect square? That gives us 2. Okay, so then we can carry this value to this side. That gives us a is equal to minus 3 over 2. Why is it minus? Because plus sign crosses to minus, plus or minus the root of 17 over 2. Then you can do your job by splitting the two signs as you go on. So a becomes minus 3 over 2, take the positive sign, plus root 17 over 2. That's 1. Or you can say minus 3 over 2, take the negative sign, minus root 17 all over 2. You can as well decide to put them as a single fraction if you want to. Okay, take a single fraction for example. You can take it from here. What's the LCM? The LCM is 2. Okay, so 2 divided 2 is 1. 1 times that's minus 3, plus or minus. Then this one divided, that's 1, then root 17. You can either split or take a single fraction. So this is a simple question you can take when calculating a quadratic expression whose left hand side cannot be factorized. I'll drop 2 questions for you and see how to solve it yourself and get the answer right. So a squared plus 4a minus 21 equal to 0. Can I take this as assessment? So follow this procedure, try this. You have x squared x squared plus 4a minus 21 is 0. This is question 1. Then question 2, can as well apply your c squared minus 4c, c squared minus 4c minus 2 equals 0. So apply these 2 questions and see if you can get the answer right. Okay? So when you follow these procedures, definitely you must arrive at the correct answer. So with this point, I would quickly want to go into something very important, which we call the quadratic formula. Take note that in quadratic equation there are 3 basic steps you can take. You can go through by factorization, you can go through by completing the square method, or better still, you can use the quadratic formula. And if need be, you can go further into graphical solutions of quadratic expression. So at this junction, we'll go into the quadratic formula. Go with me quickly as I check this from here. So the topic change, we are going to the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to derive the quadratic expression, quadratic formula. Generally, some students know this to be, let me put it up here as x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. How combine this formula? Okay, so you should know how it came, derive it, then you can go on to using it solving questions. Alright. The next thing is, how do we get this formula? Then you have to recall the general expression of every quadratic expression. We said that, recall that for the general expression for every quadratic expression, it takes this format. For every quadratic expression, it goes with this format. And what's the format? We have ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, let us end it equal to 0. So this is general form of every quadratic expression. Alright, so with this now we can derive our quadratic equation. What do you do? Let's take it gradually. Please look carefully this expression. What is the coefficient of the x squared? Coefficient of the x squared is a. Coefficient of the x squared is a. So the first to do is to divide through by the coefficient of x squared. So you have ax squared divided through by a plus bx divided through by a plus c divided through by a equals 0. The next thing now, if you cancel off, because a cancel a is gone, you have x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals 0. Then this c over a stands as a constant. Take it to the right hand side. So you have x squared plus b over a x, carry to the right hand side, you have minus c over a. Alright? Then what we did in our completing the square method, we'll apply it here. The question I ask is this: what is the coefficient of the variable? The variable here is x. We're taking b over a as the coefficient. Then you divide b over a by 2, square it and add it to both sides. Take b over a, divide it by 2, by 2. So this is b over a divided by 2. That gives you b over a times 1 over 2. When you change division times, this turns upside down because that's over 1. So what you have now, you have b over 2a. This will give you b over 2a. Then at the end of the day, you close the bracket and you square it. And you add it to both sides. So what am I adding? I'm adding b over 2a all squared to the left and right hand side of this expression. So, mind you, I have x squared plus b over a x plus b over 2a all bracket squared. Okay, is equal to minus c over a plus b over 2a all bracket squared. So this is what I'm having. So at the end of the day, you know what to do. You can expand that side, simplify it, and then you are good to go. So x squared plus b over a x plus b over 2a all bracket squared equals, then you expand it up, minus c over a, okay, and then b squared becomes what? That's that plus b squared over 2 squared is 4, then a squared, you go 4a squared. So 2 squared, then a squared. 2 squared is 4, then a squared gives you a squared. So at the end of it, you can simplify it. You have x squared plus b over a x plus b over 2a close bracket squared. That's equal to, take your LCM. LCM between these two is 4a squared. 4a squared, that's your LCM. 4a squared. So a cancel a squared, you have 4a. 4a times minus c, you have minus 4ac. Plus 4a squared into 4a squared is 1. And then multiply by this, you have a b squared. Alright? So at the end of the day, you can go further now, do the same thing you did over here. You have to bring one value of the variable down, then take the coefficient of a, divide by 2, you square it. Okay? So you can also take this one down, take one x down, okay? And then plus, then take your b over a, divided by 2, you know you're going to have b over 2a. Close the bracket, you square it, then ignore, you go this way, equal to, and then you have the minus 4ac plus b squared all over what? 4a squared. Beautiful. Alright, now the next thing to do is to take square root of both sides. Of course, this square goes away. That gives you x plus b over 2a. Square goes away, and the right hand side take the square root. Square root of minus 4ac plus b squared all over 4a squared. That's very good. Let's just wipe this and see, create some space to solve. So quickly, what do you have? Now, you know, in mathematics, it will not be too convenient to keep a minus sign before the plus sign. So what you do is you bring your plus sign before the minus sign. So you say b squared first plus b squared first, then you have your minus 4ac. You rearrange. So come with this way. You have what? You have x plus b over 2a, and then you have equal to the square root of, then you can bring your b squared now minus 4ac all over, what have you? 4a squared. Now you know, for those who have a little knowledge of sword, when you divide in sword, you can split the roots. What I mean is this: you can have b squared minus 4ac is an expression that cannot be separated, because b squared is quite different from 4ac, so you can't separate them. But this one, you can separate it. You can take your own roots here, all over. This one takes its own root, 4a squared. Alright? And this 4 is a perfect square. You can share it, that you have 4 roots 4 times roots a squared. You can share it, but you can't split this because of the subtraction. Okay? Then this is what you have. The square root of this is 2 multiplied by, then this square cancels this square, you have a. So at the end of it, you have 2a. Means at the denominator here is now 2a. So let's go. So what we have now is this: you have x plus b over 2a equals the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You know how I got the 2a? Alright, square root of this is 2, and the square root of the a squared gives you ordinary a. Okay, then you have to move this on to the right hand side. That's your plus b over 2a to the right hand side. You have x is equal to minus b over 2a. Why the minus? Because of the plus sign. Then go up the root, you have plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Wonderful. Then at this junction, what do we do? You can take your LCM. You can take your LCM. What's the LCM here? LCM is 2a. So you underline, put 2a here. Alright. And then 2a divided 2a, you have 1. 1 times minus b, you have minus b. Then plus or minus. This one into this is also 1. 2a divided 2a is 1. 1 times numerator, everything here is the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Alright? And when you look carefully, you discover that this quadratic formula has been worked on and then derived. Now check the formula I placed up before we started, and then check the one you have here, if they are the same. If they are the same, then we can say that the expression has been derived, the quadratic formula has been derived. So now with this knowledge, you can now apply the equation and keep solving questions, and then see how to use it to get the roots of a quadratic expression. Now we are going to meet in another lecture time where we'll apply these formulas and see how it works, and possibly go on to look at another subheading, what we should call the sum and the product of roots, and possibly we'll come back to look at the word problems that leads to quadratic expression. We still have a good way, a long way to go. So you stay put and then listen to this video, get the best, do the assignment you have given, and I'm believing that with this you can go to the examination and you're going to pass. Thank you very much for viewing. Stay well.